Jack's going to explain the professional terms of what we're doing.
That is an inning.
Yeah?
That is an outing.
Hello, welcome back to the makeover, guys.
Free makeover.
Yeah, it is. So we're back at Laura's house today, guys. Hopefully you've watched the last video where we've been putting all the flooring down. We showed you little top tips and tricks and hope you got a little bit of advice out of it. So we wanted to show you guys at home to learn stuff.
Before we do the skirting, you might want to see we put the architrave on first because that's how you do it. Big shout out to Skirting World. Go check them out. They have supplied all the products here for absolutely free to help us with this free makeover.
Absolute
For
legends.
Laura. If you want to see us doing that, head over to our Facebook. There's a video of how you do architrave.
Also supplied by Skirting World. Right, a quick tip just before installing any new skirtings is if you just get a little paint scraper and just scrape any of the excess plaster off.
Excess.
Ah, come on. And then we're going to have a little clean up with the Uber.
So we've cut our length to size, we've cleaned all the snots off. So over the years, this property is probably 80 years old. It's had 222 layers of plaster. So if Jack comes along, he will see that these walls are like the ocean. They are wibbly wobbly.
And this is what
This is what we have to fight. So when they say just rip the baseboard out, skirtings for us, it causes a lot of damage. That's why we don't always do it. Anyway, back to the story. Get yourself some adhesive. We've got no nails because that's what they had. And we're just going to do this. Depending on how bad your walls are, if you've got a really large dip, you will have to put mechanical fixings in. But obviously be careful of things like sockets when you're pinning or nailing or screwing. And remember, the safe zones for power, if they're done correctly, directly below, horizontally and vertically up and down, all right? So tip that in, slap it in. Now, what I'll do, because it's only on skirting, because it's only on a hard floor, there's going to be no pressure against that. We're going to take our little 16 gauge nailer, and this is just going to help hold it in place while it dries. Don't tell D what we're nailing into the plaster, because they won't be happy. No. Again, remembering the power. And just like that, a little bit of filler in the pinholes. Wallop. And as you can see, this now shows the state of these walls. If you look down the top, how bad the walls are. You're never going to get it perfect. Here we are, we've got another bit of skirting and we need to finish it. On the end of this frame, there's nothing to terminate against. And what we don't want is this raw edge on show, all right? When people do that, naughty, it looks terrible. So, we've marked our bit of wood to the finish, which is here on the edge of this frame, a bit of skirting or baseboard. We come over to our saw, sit it on there, and what we've done is we've set the bevel, that's what this is called, a bevel, to 45 degrees, and we're going to cut into the piece we want. This saw's very good because it's got a shadow line so I can see exactly where it's going to cut. As you can see, this is what we're left with. We're left with that, and what we need to do is cut a return onto the end of it. I'm going to flip this upside down. You can swip the bevel over, but a lot of the smaller saws that ain't as much as this will only have a single bevel, which will only go one way, so it won't be like this one. So we're just going to show you this way. We're going to swap it over. Alright, so we're left with two the same now, and what that basically does, we've now got a return, alright? And you're thinking, well, what good is that? Well, let me show you. Come back to your saw, put it back to 0. We're going to cut exactly along this line. There's your board that you cut, your 45, and this is that tiny little piece we've just cut. And watch what happens, you put that on the end of there, and now you've got a nice detail on the end of your board. It looks delicious. So let's grab some Mitre glue. Now you've got your Mitre glue, which we love on skirting jobs. Use it to your advantage. We're going to glue it Wallop, 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 willy, 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 woolly. Put that down, don't drop it everywhere. And then we're going to use the activator on the other piece. And then we're going to carefully line this up. This is the important part. And then what I'll do is I'll fold it into itself like that. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Now that's all glued on, we're just going to glue the skirting or baseboard like normal. Voila. And we're going to stick it into place. Like that. Grab out a little 16 gauge. You don't need one like this if you are going to pin your stuff, you can get cheaper versions. And that's it.
So skirting wheel to sent us 4.2 metre lengths. So let's feel over there. So what you do is we've stuck a little bit there, the cut there, and we've got a little scrap here. And what you do is you walk around the room and check where's best to use so you get the least amount of waste. Top tip. Let's get back to the video.
When you're doing your things in your baseboard, what you're going to want to do is on your internal corners, don't be doing those stupid 45s. It's never going to work. Right, don't do that. You think it's right, but it's not really. What we're going to do is scribe. Much nicer. And what a scribe is, keep that down here. We're going to set it to 45, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut away from the material that we want, all right? Okay, so we're cutting away. This detail here, that line, we want to cut it off, and we're going to bevel it slightly back when we do so. All we're doing is just slowly creeping along this line. And if you notice, I'm back, so I'm not perfectly level, I'm tilted backwards underneath the material. You should end up with something that looks like that, depending on your pattern. And then we're just going to take a bit of sandpaper. If you've got any bits still showing, you can just bring them back to the white line with your primer, like that. Tidy up any rough bits.
Here guys, I'm going to show you guys how to measure the gap. So we're going to grab a tape measure and we measure from the face of the skirting or baseboard, and we measure to the edge of the wall. And we've got what we've got 920 millimeters, and we're going to jump straight over to the saw where we've got our baseboard or skirting, whatever you want to call it. And how we're going to measure it, we're going to measure it 920 mil off the edge of the scribed end. So we're going to check our measurement, get a pencil out, strike it at 920, cut it.
Do this, bit of glue. And take note of any cables, because you don't want to be putting pins in there if you need them. Slide that scribe in. Now we're on to an external corner. Another thing that people always do is they cut themselves 245s to make a 90 degree. It isn't as lucky as that. So this is called an angle finder. Go on Amazon, get yourself an angle finder if you want that crisp job. So, before we get on to that, we've cut our internal scribe. That's all delicious. And what I do is I take my pencil and I just scribe up along the back of the skirting like so. So we're left with a mark. And I do that on both pieces, like this. And if you want, if you can't remember, just put yourself a little arrow like this. Okay? And that's just going to show you that I need to cut this way and I need to cut that way, just in case you forget. A little tip for you. So, what we're not going to do is cut 245 because it is wrong. We're going to get our angle finder, we're going to slip it around this corner, and if I show you the actual protractor measurement, it is 85 degrees, so you would have been 5 degrees off, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is. And if we go over to the mitre section, we have got 47 degrees, not 45. So, come to the saw.
What you're made of.
Right, so we measured it, we checked the angles, and as you can see, it's not glued in place or anything, but even it's a really nice mitre. So again, get your mitre glue, boys. Give it the old wiggly wiggly. Write your name, Picasso. Yep. Get your deodorant.
Bish bish.
Give it some of that. Sit on a flat surface, put the corners in, and then carefully roll it together and hold it tight. Let loose. And then, just to give it that, I really care about my work look. A little, take the rough edges off. Oh, baby. Mwah! Does it fit? No. Just joking. There we go.